Good morning, I'm Gail Daniels. Governor Nathan Deal gave his State of the State address Wednesday afternoon in front of a joint session of the state legislature and said education was his top priority. The governor pledged to use 1% of the state's rainy day fund towards K through 12 education. Unfortunately, funding for the Hope Scholarship will not be increased. Deal did say there will not be any teacher furloughs this year, and he won't be shortening the school year. Local school districts, however, may still wind up having to furlough teachers to make ends meet. For the third consecutive year, teachers also will not get cost of living raises. Deal's mid-year budget through June 30th would increase $163 million. The budget for fiscal 2012, which starts July 1st, would be $18.16 billion, up $273 million from this year. Deal's budget would provide $46 million in borrowing for new reservoirs and $32 million to deepen the port in Savannah. The governor's budget eliminates funding for the Sports and Music Halls of Fame in Macon and the Aviation Hall of Fame in Houston County. And there are changes ahead for families on the federally subsidized Peach Care for Children health care program. Those families will have to make higher co-payments for doctor's visits and inpatient treatment for anyone age 6 and up in the program. Herman Cain, an Atlanta businessman and activist, has announced he's launching a presidential exploratory committee to test the waters for voter support and financial support in a possible bid for the GOP nomination in 2012. Cain confirmed his plans on WSB in Atlanta, where he hosts a nightly talk show. On Wednesday, Cain said he's considering running to make this a better world for his 3 grandchildren. Cain, a former Godfather's Pizza CEO, has never held a political office but is popular with Tea Party activists based on his message of fiscal conservatism and personal responsibility. The Georgia Sports Hall of Fame will be staying in Macon. The Sports Hall of Fame's Authority Board voted unanimously Wednesday to accept a bid from Halls of Fame, Inc. to keep the museum in Macon. The group's bid was the only bid presented to the authority. Next up is the future of the Georgia Music Hall of Fame. Macon is competing against 4 other cities who presented bids to host the hall. A meeting to discuss those bids will be held January 21st. Macon police were quick to respond to a call from a tipster reporting a car break-in Wednesday morning, and officers were able to apprehend one of the suspects. Police were called to Wilshire Woods Apartments on Rocky Creek Road around 3:30 a.m. Wednesday, and when they arrived, they found one of the suspects in the vehicle. When he saw the officer, and he attempted to flee but was caught. The suspect is a 16-year-old from Warner Robins. 2 other suspects, described as black males, fled on foot. The juvenile was taken to the YDC. A Peach County teenager was injured after a snow tubing accident this week. Alec Brown was being towed on an inner tube behind an ATV when he was accidentally slung into a tree. Brown will spend 8 to 10 weeks in a back brace and cast. He broke 3 ribs, fractured his back in 4 places, and tore a part of his kidney when he flew off the moving tube. More of the Mix in the Morning coming up with Rick Knight, Brad Majors, Tom Mead with sports, and up next, Stephen B. with traffic and weather.